we might have a not a bad season. Let me just introduce a few people. First, I want to recognize Congressman Carlos Jimenez. So Carlos was we overlapped. He was mayor and I was the governor at the same time, almost. So we had a lot of opportunity to work together on a lot of good issues, and he did a great job. He did a great job as your mayor. He's done a great job in Congress. FEMA. First of all, let me make sure everybody understands. FEMA is they are not first responders. The way disasters, hurricanes happen is the first thing it's your responsibility. They can't make you go to safety, right? You have to decide to do that. Now, there's a lot of local officials up here. Listen to them. I mean, they've got the best information. They're going to be able to tell you whatever they know. If they tell you to evacuate, get the hell out of Dodge. I mean, don't take a chance with your life. And then understand that hurricanes move. I live in Naples, Florida, and Hurricane Ian 4 years ago changed in the last couple hours. If you go back to Andrew, I was in the hospital business here in Miami at the time, and it changed. It went further south. We had evacuated our hospitals up along the Miami River, Victoria, and then St. Francis on the beach. I ended up hitting what is now called Jackson South and completely demolished the hospital. Every window was blown out, everything. And it happened just in the last few minutes. So this stuff changes. And the Hurricane Center is going to put out this nice cone. Don't believe it. I mean, that's the odds, but it can change. And they have the best people. We have the best people in the world. The whole world relies on us. But it can move and it can change. And so you've got to be extremely careful. But we've got FEMA Region 4 Administrator Rob Ashton. So the way FEMA works is first it's you, then it's local, then it's state, and the FEMA is a response to the government. So if the government asks for resources, it's generally money. They don't have a whole bunch of people that walk in and say, hey, let me do something for you. They have the ability to write a check because it's part of the federal government. But it's done through the governor's office. So, but FEMA my experience with FEMA, they do a fabulous job. They work hard, but it's a coordinated effort, and they're generally the dollars. Next, I want to recognize your sheriff, Rosie Corderos. Rosie has been doing a great job as sheriff. I knew her before she ran, and you have somebody that's completely dedicated to this community, and she's got a great team, continuing to build a great team, and they're going to do everything they can to make you safe. Then you've got a great fire chief, Ray Jadala. Ray's is been fighting fires. It's a dry year, as you all know, so we've had a lot of wildfires, especially out in the west of here, east of where I live in Naples, and our firefighters are doing a fabulous job. Then we've got Erica Bennett, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Spanish spokesperson. We've got Pete Gomez, Miami-Dade Department of Emergency Management. What happened, especially I think it really started where the state got really good, is after Andrew. The whole state put way more resources into local emergency management teams, and they've done a fabulous job. We've got great county emergency management teams all across the country. Miami-Dade has one of the best. Then we have a lot of other partners, and one great partner is American Red Cross, and they do a fabulous job when we open up shelters, like in Ian and my biggest one was Irma. In Irma, we opened up 700 shelters, and so the National Guard opened them, and then American Red Cross took care of almost all of them. So Tippy Gonzalez is here to talk about that. Then we got Jeanette Nunez. I got to work with Jeanette. She's now the president of FIU, which is a great university. And by the way, we are the #1 public university system in the country. But Jeanette was in the legislature and did a fabulous job. She's representing Miami-Dade, and she's a bulldog. She gets her stuff done.
Thank you.
Then Ana Maria Rodriguez. She's actually. I could have said that way too. I'll do that next time. Then we got Ana Maria Rodriguez. I've had the opportunity to get to know Ana and work with her for quite a few years, and she gets her stuff done. The newly elected Fabio Andrade, Weston City Commissioner. Congratulations, you're here. And the quiet and shy Lily Lopez, from the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So Lily is very quiet and shy. You'll never know she's in the room. So just, we're all going to sort of say the same stuff. But just really, whoever, just listen to somebody up here and say, get a plan. Don't take a chance. With Ian, we lost a lot of people in Fort Myers. And we shouldn't lose one person. If everybody evacuates, because you're local and you're local in your state and your program, they're going to do their job. This state knows how to do this stuff. So it's your job to evacuate. Don't take a chance and put yourself in harm's way. And don't do it the last minute. You can go to a lot of different websites. The one that we use is www.ready.gov, but there's a lot of them. Rosie will have one. Go to 7 Days Water, 7 Days Food, get your medicine, get your documents, videotape your house so you know if you get hit, what you're going to do with insurance. So don't take it. I just tell people, don't take a chance. Now in this role, I'm also, I've been since 7 years. I'm chair of the Aging Committee, so we put a lot of effort into hurricane and disaster preparedness. With all of us in Congress, we've had some success. The House, not the Senate so far, passed a disaster relief for people that have had this in the last few years. So you get tax relief for any excess costs over your insurance costs. So Carlos has done his job. We still got our job to do in the Senate. So he reminds me. Then I did the Fishes Act with Carlos and Byron Donalds, which is going to give more resources to our fisheries, which is a big deal. Our Army Corps, which a lot of people get frustrated with, which I do too, but they do a good job with beach renourishment. And I tell people, I mean, it's a wonderful group of people. It's just they create a lot of processes, and we'll continue to work through those processes. So we've done a variety of other things, but the most important thing today is listen to everybody and get ready. So I'll say this in Spanish. La temporada de hurricanes. What happens after my Spanish, and Carlos usually comments about my Spanish. La temporada de huracanes comienza pronto, lo que significa que las familias deben aprovechar todas las oportunidades para hacer un plan y prepararse. Puede encontrar los recursos y la información sobre cómo crear un plan de emergencia en www.ready.gov. En caso de una tormenta, espero no, manténgase atento a las noticias y siga las instrucciones de los oficiales de seguridad y de gestión de emergencias. By the way, we have the best media in the country. Listen to them. They're going to put out really good information. They're all over this. They're smart. They know how to do this. Yo tengo 9 oficinas en la Florida para ayudar a todos los floridanos. www.rickscott.gov if you want para más información. Como siempre digo, puedes reconstruir tu casa, puedes no reconstruir tu vida. My grandsons, I said that so much time when I was governor, that my grandsons could repeat it when he was 4 years old. You can rebuild your darn house, but you can't rebuild your life, so don't take a darn chance. So now my good friend and somebody that works his butt off for you, Carlos Jimenez.
I want to thank for putting this together like he does every single year, and yes, we're about to start the hurricane season, and although it's forecast to be a slower than usual season. I remember in 1992, I was a fire chief for the city of Miami, and the first storm we had was Andrew, and that's all it took. Andrew, okay, number one, first storm. So even if we do have a slower hurricane season, doesn't mean that the threat's not there. It's just a matter of luck, really. I mean, where these hurricanes go. And so our advice, what we're asking people to do is very simple: prepare. So you need to prepare to be self-sufficient for at least 72 hours. Did they increase the day? No?
Through preparedness. That's why the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office is strongly urging every family to take action now. Make a family plan. Know your evacuation routes. Establish clear communication strategies with your loved ones so that you can stay connected even if self-service failures occur. We are committed to educating and empowering our community. So I encourage everyone to visit ready.gov and our own Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office Hurricane Preparedness page for trusted information and guidance. Following us now on our social media will also help you to get accurate and quick information information during an emergency. Most importantly, make sure that you have a well-stocked emergency kit for at least 3 days of essential supplies. Water, obviously, 1 gallon per person per day for a minimum of 3 days, and include and count your pets. Food, non-perishable items that don't require refrigeration, and additional essential such as flashlights, extra batteries, first aid kit, etc. You will find a more detailed list on any of our websites that we've all recommended here today. We are in constant communication and coordination with our local, state, and federal partners. This collaboration is essential for an effective and unified response when it matters most. At the Sheriff's Office, we are taking proactive steps to keep our community safe. We will increase patrols in vulnerable areas as storms approach, strengthen partnerships with our community organizations for resource distribution, and prepare for swift evacuations while setting up emergency shelters. You should also know that our deputies are fully prepared for search and rescue operations and any other challenges that may arise. We will work around the clock to keep you informed in a timely manner with accurate information. But preparedness is not just the responsibility of law enforcement. It belongs to all of us. I urge you, do not wait till the storm is on the horizon. Take action today. Proactive preparation saves lives and protects property. Stay informed, stay engaged, and work with your local emergency management teams. To the people of Miami-Dade, we acknowledge leadership such as Pete Gomez of Emergency Management right here in Miami-Dade, as well as Fire Chief Ray Nadala. These are professionals who know what we're doing, and we all work cooperatively to make sure our community is safe. I want to extend a very special thank you to our local media partners who play such a vital role in delivering reliable information throughout the season. Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office remains fully committed to keeping our community safe, not just during hurricane season, but every single day of the year. Thank you, and stay prepared.
From all across the state are gonna come in and help. So everybody's gonna work together. Now we're gonna hear from our fire chief. He's had a busy year.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you, Senator, for putting together this press conference and preparing our community for hurricane season. Ladies and gentlemen, the common theme you've heard so far, preparedness, and preparedness is going to be key during any hurricane season. In regards to plans, and you've heard the various plans, you need to have some form of emergency plan, some sort of stock kit. 3 days of food, water. That's non-perishable. Items that are not going to go bad, as a result of the electricity that may be out. You heard about checking your flashlights, making sure that you have batteries, etc. The battery should not be installed into the flashlights until there's an actual hurricane watch. Sometimes the batteries do become corroded inside the battery devices and renders them useless. So again, please have a plan. There are various websites, as they just mentioned, that you could access in regards to getting the information accordingly. Know your evacuation zones. These are important parts of information. You heard the various things in regards to the prescriptions, medications, and you shouldn't wait to the last minute. Not during a hurricane watch or a hurricane warning. These things should be handled at least 7 days out prior to any type of hurricane that may be forthcoming, down the pathway of the state of Florida. You heard from the director of the Hurricane Center. Trusted source of information is key. It is very important to avoid any misinformation, malinformation, or disinformation. Make sure that you do have a trusted news source when you're receiving your information in regards to any type of hurricane that may be approaching.
Talking about something so important as preparedness. At the American Red Cross, we know firsthand that preparedness saves lives. As everyone has said, I deployed to Hurricane Ian. I saw how preparedness can save lives in a storm, and every storm is so different. So the time to prepare, as everyone up here has said, is right now, not tomorrow when the storm is knocking at your door. We have 3 simple steps that you can take in order to prepare. Making sure that you have that emergency plan with your family. Where are you going to go in the event that you need to evacuate? Also, building an emergency kit. We've heard a lot of people mention the food and the water, but don't forget about your documents, your important documents, house insurance, right? If your house floods, you need copies of those papers. So make copies now and have them ready to go in the event that you do need to evacuate. Also, making sure that you have a plan to stay informed We have an emergency Red Cross app. This has all the shelters that will be open in the event that we do open a shelter, so it's a really great tool to use. Additionally, we want to touch on our volunteers. We could not do what we do without them. They make up 90% of our workforce at the American Red Cross. So we urge you, if you feel like helping your community, please consider being a volunteer. You can visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to see the opportunities that we have available. And in closing, again, I really want to reiterate that preparedness saves lives. The time to prepare is right now. Don't be like everyone who runs to Publix the day before, right? Water's cleared off the shelves. We know, we've been there. I'm a South Floridian born and raised, so I know what it looks like. But preparedness can really make the difference between a disaster for you and your family and saving your life, and nothing is more important than saving your life. So the time to prepare is now. Thank you.
You guys are the most important part of this. You guys are going to put out good information, and you do. You tell people, and you get people ready. And then when it happens, everybody has got to get people engaged. It takes everybody to do that, because if you look at it was Ian, we lost 150 some people, and unfortunately local people. I mean, it wasn't. People didn't evacuate like they should. I know what I always thought about every day is keep everybody alive, keep everybody alive, keep everybody alive.
Congresista Jiménez, ¿esto en español, por favor, podría responder? Gracias.
Bueno, sin duda estamos preocupados, por eso tenemos este tipo de rueda de prensa para informar a la comunidad que es la temporada de huracán que tenemos que preparar, que aunque dicen que va a ser una temporada bastante lenta, nada más que toma un huracán para cambiar todo en tu ciudad. Así que y también hemos visto muchas personas que ahora están viviendo aquí en el sur de la Florida y en el estado de la Florida, que vienen de otros estados, no tienen ningún tipo de experiencia con un huracán, y algunos de ellos piensan que bueno, no es nada, ¿okay? Entonces, por eso que es tan importante que los medios de comunicaciones dan esta información y este mensaje que se tiene que preparar, y también cuando estamos amenazados por un huracán, lo que debe ser esas personas, especialmente esas personas que nunca han tenido un huracán, lo que tienen que hacer, lo que deben de hacer. Y también los vecinos. Si sabes que alguien nuevo que nunca ha tenido experiencia con un huracán está en tu vecindario, también puede hablar con tu vecino, decir, oye, esto es lo que debe hacer, etcétera, etcétera. Así que sí, estamos preocupados, por eso es que tenemos esta rueda de prensa.
Por favor.
I can add it. I would just really caution. I think what he said, Congressman Jimenez said in Spanish, is so important. Is that be a good neighbor. We do have a lot of new people who have moved into this area and who might not take it as seriously. People don't get such a warning for an earthquake. We are blessed that our natural events here give us time to prepare, but it is incumbent upon us to take those situations seriously. Le digo a todo, como dijo el congresista, es importante ser un buen vecino. Dejarle saber a esa persona que ustedes puedan conocer que quizás no tomen cosas tan serias, que es importante, que sí lo tomen serio. No somos como otras partes del país que si llega un temblor de tierra o que si llega un tornado, tenemos tiempo para prepararnos, pero hay que oír y hay que hacer nuestra parte. Gracias.
Yes, real quick. Yes, we're concerned about the people that have never lived through a hurricane because, like I said, the last one was 2017. It wasn't even a Category 1. And Congressman Jimenez also mentioned the people that are moving into Florida don't know what a hurricane is all about. That's why we have these press conferences. But let me tell you about another population that's coming into South Florida in the next month. It's called FIFA World Cup. And we are very concerned. And the sheriff will tell you, we go to about 32 meetings a week in preparation for FIFA World Cup. That is a new community that we are worried about, making sure that you folks get the message out to them, and social media gets the message out to those folks, because they're coming in from all over the world. And they don't know what a hurricane is like.
It's very important you tell me that in Spanish for Telemundo, sorry.
Okay.
FIFA.
Una muy buena pregunta, y nosotros sí estamos preocupados de las personas que nunca han vivido por un huracán aquí en Miami-Dade County o el estado de la Florida, o son personas que no estaban nacidos todavía en el 2017, que era el huracán Irma. y la gente que se han mudado a otras partes de los Estados Unidos, aquí en Miami. Pero tenemos una población que viene nueva, que son la gente que van a venir aquí por la Copa Mundial. Y esas personas van a venir del mundo entero y nunca han pasado por un evento como estos ciclónicos, como un huracán. Y entonces sí, estamos preocupados y esa es la importancia que ustedes tienen, es mandar ese mensaje, que se preparen, sepan dónde están, si tienen que evacuarse.
¿Están reuniéndose, están haciendo preparativos para esas personas?
Sí, nosotros estamos en comunicación y hacemos planes y hacemos prácticas. Efectivamente, ahora mismo en Hard Rock Stadium hay un ejercicio que están haciendo y estamos en comunicación con todos los consulados. Tenemos una reunión que viene la semana que viene con los consulados también para pasarle el mensaje de eso.
Now with the hurricanes, I have a question. Okay. Okay, Senator, translate please to Spanish. Okay. Estamos hablando del papel que jugamos los medios de comunicación, pero yo tengo una preocupación relacionada con la inteligencia artificial, porque hay mucha gente que se hace pasar también por pronosticadores del tiempo. ¿Y cuál es el consejo que pueden dar los honorables representantes acá para que uno pueda saber la diferencia, the difference between something that is produced by AI and something for the National Hurricane Center? That's my wonder.
Mira, aunque el centro del huracán va a autorizar AI para ayudarle en su pronóstico, pero también las personas deben de escuchar al centro del huracán, porque ellos tienen toda la información y también tienen todos los modelos. Así que lo que yo pienso, si tú le vas a pedir a ChatGPT qué va a pasar, qué debo hacer, ellos van a autorizar los centros de comunicaciones como el centro de huracán para su información. Así que no sea un prognosticador, no sea alguien, un amateur prognosticador.
Yeah, exactly.
Toma el aviso del centro de huracán porque ellos tienen los mejores modelos.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, it's like everything else in AI, we should trust but verify. So take your time. I mean, I like using AI, but I have to go back and check everything.